Awesome. So today we're going to be talking about make.com. It's a platform that we use to build powerful automations, and you can build out anything from scratch. Um, Usually you can start with account creation. I'm going to drop the link in the chats for make.com so we can all create our accounts. Make.com. Please click on the link in the chats and sign up. So once you click on the link, it will bring you to this interface and you can click on get started for free. Please give me a thumbs up if you are here, if you can see this. Awesome. Awesome.
Hello, it's asking me to download the app. Should I download the app or just is it the same as downloading using the website and downloading the app? Are they the same?
I think so. Did you click on the link and are you here now?
I,
You can click on get
I clicked
started for
on the
free.
link and it's asking me to download the app.
Okay. I don't know if we should be doing that to ask you to download the app, but I think
No,
you
it's an optional thing. I'm just asking,
okay,
should
no,
I go?
no, don't download the app. Just are you using your phone? I'm just wondering.
Yes, I'm using phone because I couldn't I did there was no email. If there was an email, I would have been able to open it on my laptop. Hello? I can't hear you again. Hello? I can't hear you. No, 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 I can't hear you. Something is wrong. I can't hear you again. Hello? Or maybe I should go to the old mails you sent and click on the Zoom. Um, great.
Your mic is muted.
Oh, sorry. Can you hear me?
Now, yes, but you
Oh,
only
oh
earlier.
yeah, I apologize. I'm not sure what happened. I was muted mistakenly. Okay. So were you able to log in? Were you able to sign up? You sign up with an email. So it's better for you to use your laptop for to work on this, to work up with make.com. So
To work on.
to work on this, so it's better
Okay.
you use your laptop, yes. Hi, Lara. Happy to have you here. It's been a while. Hello, Lara, can you hear me?
Uh, Hi, good evening. Yes, I can.
Good evening. I'm glad you were able to join us today.
Okay, so I just have a few questions. Is this the first class of the Accelerator 2 class?
No, this is actually the fourth, like the eighth, they
What?
call it, yeah, the eighth
I mean,
class.
I've missed the other ones because I was meant to have been in the Accelerator 1. I decided to join Accelerator 2. And what I saw, I just saw January 3rd as the first class.
For
No.
the year. First class for the year.
Oh, for the year. Ah, wow. So I guess I've missed out a lot then. Well, let's see if I can still catch up with
Okay,
wherever
so
you're
you
at.
haven't really missed that much, I would say, because we have the classroom has all the information that you need. It's well structured, so you have the materials, you have the videos, you have the workbooks, you also have like any resources that you would need. Like I'm already recording this session, okay? So everything will be in the classroom for you. The only thing I would say is, you know how we have the hands-on. So this is actually a hands-on practice. Every single class is hands-on. So when we did the video creation, so you can just follow the video and get that hands-on, like get how it's being done. So same for this class, it's going to be hands-on. So you will usually will have the first day is usually the foundations, so the theoretical part, learning the foundations of how things work, and then we'll now apply it the second day, which is on Sunday. So you haven't missed a lot. I would encourage you to go through it sequentially. So week one, you'll see Saturday, Sunday, week two, Saturday, Sunday, and like that. So don't skip any because it's foundational. So and it's structured in that way. So the first week we talked about the black language models and creating workflows. You see a workflow activity. I encourage you to look at that workflow. I have an example workflow, which is mine. You build your own workflow. So it guides you through the process. The second week, it was on media generation. We talked on image generation, video generation, how you can generate your own videos, images, how you can create your own
Wow,
AI clone. So
wow, that's what I would have loved to attend.
it's all there. You didn't miss that much. So just go through that. You will see all of that. Third week, that was last the upper week, um or 2 weeks ago. 2 weeks ago, we did make N8N, which is an automation platform. And today we are doing make.com, which is also an automation platform. So follow us, walk through this today so that the next week we are doing conversational AI.
Wow, okay.
Yes, we are talking about conversational AI. This is now like, you know how AI calls you. I don't know if you've received any call from AI. We're going to learn how to build conversational AIs next week.
Okay.
How it's being built and all of that. And then the last one is building AI agents. Okay, so um, is everybody here? So see, when you sign up, it will just take you to this dashboard. I just wanted us to look at the dashboard. Uh,
Okay.
yeah, I'll drop the link again in the chat for people that are just joining, like Clara, so she can catch up. It's make.com. I don't know if you can see this or if you joined after the link was dropped, but I'm gonna put it again in the chat so that you can click it. Please let me know if we are now here. Are we now here? Are we now here? Can you see? Give me a thumbs up if you are now here, if you can see this dashboard, something that looks like this. You may not, you might still be very, maybe doesn't have any data because this is your first time logging in. Give me a thumbs up if you are here. You sign up. Once you sign up, it should take you to the dashboard. Please give me a thumbs up if you are here, or tell me where you are.
Hello, Dr. Uche.
Yes,
Sorry, how can I open this on my laptop? Because I did, this the link to this was on my phone,
yes, okay,
not an email. If it was an email, all the ones I used to get as email, I just click on it on my laptop and it's open. But this one there was no email. Hello, IK, no
yes,
noise, please.
yes. Okay, so that's easy. So type www.make.com on your address bar. So you see here, yes, just type, or you even type just make.com, you will see it pop up. Sorry, make.com, you'll see it. Should be one of the first things that pop up, and then you click on it. It should take you to this place. Okay. Let me know when you get there. Give me
Okay.
a thumbs up. Give me a thumbs up if you are here. Is everybody here? Awesome. So you're already here. That's so good. Okay. 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 And so we're going to proceed, step by step. So today we're going to learn about the platform first, like um, what's on the dashboard, understand all the core components, and also um, talk about the what's the terminologies that we use for make.com. We're going to build our first scenario. Scenario is what we call like the workflow. Um, we are going to learn how to pass data seamlessly, because when you are creating a workflow, you're going to pass information from one task to another. So we're going to learn how to pass data between the modules. Modules are like nodes in init. We're also going to test and deploy whatever we have created. So the plan is to create social media automation, um, that is specifically for Facebook and LinkedIn. Okay. So now let's look at the dashboard. So instead of just showing you this, I'm going to go to make.com. I'm going to go to this dashboard. Are we all here? If we are here,
Sorry, Doctor, if I may ask, um, do we need to sign up? Because that's
yes,
what I'm doing. Is we need to sign up for free.
yes, it's
Okay,
free.
but then I'm seeing EU or US. Those are the only options I am seeing.
What do you mean by EU or US?
Um, what's it saying? I mean, country. It's asking me for where I'm joining from.
Oh, you can select anyone.
Oh, I can select anyone.
Yes,
Okay.
select anyone. I think I'm using EU here, but you can select anyone. Doesn't really matter.
Okay. All right then. Okay, that's fine. We'll continue. Sorry. Please go
Okay.
ahead.
Yes. No. Tell me, are you here already? Or have you been able to get to the
No,
dash?
I'm just signing up, and it's taking a
Yeah,
bit.
Okay,
It's
I have
taking a while.
signed up.
you signed
I have
up.
signed up,
Awesome.
and it's showing discovery. How did you hear about us? Do I need to fill out those?
I mean, maybe it's just options. So select those options and move along. That's all.
All right.
Yeah. If it's not, if it's not mandatory, it's not a mandatory
Oh,
field, you can just leave it. They might ask you to verify your account, maybe. So you verify your account and then,
they're asking which of these apps are you planning to use in your automation?
select any app. You can use any app. It's just initial setup. So just select any one that is familiar to you and move on. You can still select the ones you didn't select before. So like if you need to use them.
Mhm.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna wait a little bit to make sure that we are all on the same page before I proceed. Like this is hands-on, so it's important to me that everybody is following along. Um,
Okay, so now I'm there. My organization, my team, my dashboard.
Okay, awesome, awesome, awesome. So you are here. Okay. Adiolu, are you working with us? Are you here? Okay. Okay. So let's wait a little bit for Lara and Adiolu, and then we can proceed. And I'll walk you through the essential components of the dashboard.
I'm there already.
Awesome, awesome. Okay. I'm not sure if Adiolu is Dr. YJ, are you here? Are you already on the
Sure, I'm there.
dashboard? You're
I'm
here.
there.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, okay. So I believe you are already like on the dashboard. So the dashboard as
Yes, I am.
awesome. The dashboard shows the events that have happened. So um, so you have average daily usage, the credit. So make.com gives you a thousand operations or thousand credits and every month. Now, if you upgrade, it gives you 10,000 credits every month plus other
If you're if
features.
you're great, that means paying, right?
Yes. So it
Okay.
gives you 1,000 every month for free to use and test. So you can see I'm on free mode, right? And then of course this is a usage reset. It's gonna reset in 19 days from now. So that's 22nd of January. Active scenarios, I don't have any active scenario running, but you can have only 2 active scenarios running at any point in time. So if you have more, you may want to delete one. Okay. So this is the dashboard on how or when you have run the flow. I will show you what that flow is as well. So this is, let me go over to scenario. This is organization. So when you click on organization, this is what shows here, the dashboard. So you can have also like teams, if you have maybe multiple team members that are working on this is where you can add team members or add your team to it. Okay. Now you have users, so maybe you have more users, you can invite more people to use this, use make.com with you. Your plan, your subscription, credit usage, payments, this is where you find all that information. Utilities, yeah, is like the settings, installed apps, if you have any apps that are installed, variables, scenario properties. That is, I'll show you what a scenario is. So properties of a scenario, which is still new. And then notification settings or notification options. That is, if you want to be notified when an action takes place or when a scenario is run, this is where you can find them. This is basically your settings. Okay. Now let's go to scenario. What is a scenario? A scenario is a workflow, what we call workflow in make.com. So let me show you. So this is a scenario. This is the one we're going to be building tomorrow. So this is a scenario. Okay. A scenario is a workflow of any automation that you want to build. So here I have Google Sheets. So information from a Google Sheet that I do have, maybe a topic. This takes topic, any topic I have, I just have just the topic, but the AI generates Facebook uses that topic to create a Facebook post for me and create a LinkedIn post for me just by imputing a topic. And I can run this flow here. We'll also get into what all these other things things are. Now, same to the left. I believe everybody can see my screen. This is an AI agent. So an AI agent is something that is a little bit new in make.com, but what it does is to create an agent. An AI agent is an works in an autonomous way. That is, when you create an agent, it reasons and understands context and then executes the action. So usually you give it a system prompt. You give it a system prompt telling it to execute a particular information, a particular task, right? So still very easy to do. Connect it to whatever you want to connect it to, like maybe like your email or something like that. You can name your agents. You choose a model like ChatGPT. So they have given you some options here, like small GPT, medium GPT, or a large GPT, and they've given an example as ChatGPT 5 mini, where you need to add the API. We talked about API in n8n, and then you can add a system prompt. You are a what agent? What do you want it to do? Perhaps when somebody submits a form, the form it creates an email or it drafts an email. The agent will just draft that email for you. So this is how to use the agents. There are also some demos that are here, which you may want to look at. I'm not sure what's going on with my mouse. Okay. So these are some videos of how to build an agent, how to add tools. Tools give your agents some powers to execute or to act. So for example, let's say you want your agents to um, to tell you the weather. Let's say you want your agents to maybe update your calendar. Let's say you want to tell your agents to maybe schedule a meeting for you. They're all tools. So you can give it a tool, email tool to schedule a meeting for you. You may want to give it a weather tool to check the weather for you. Yeah, those kind of things, something external. So those are like the tools those are called like the tools that you want to give your agent to work. Okay, and then how to create a scenario. These are just three-step video. All of them in total will be maybe 10 minutes. So that's to tell you how easy Make is. It's really easy to create any workflow in Make. And we're going to do that tomorrow. Okay, now let's look at connections. Connections are things or apps you have connected to make.com. Here, in your own connections, you may not find any connections because you have not done any connections yet. But I have here Apify. Apify is like a web scraper, so you can scrape Facebook posts, LinkedIn posts, like any where you can scrape the web. So it's Apify. And we have other ones. So here it manages all, like it's a hub that manages your connections. Okay. So I have this email classification assistant. So what it does is to classify my emails. So let's say I have emails that are coming in my mailbox. If they are for support, I may be instructed to say anything coming from request that has like support or a query. I want it to go to this mailbox. So it classifies that email. Okay. Okay, right below connections is webhooks. Webhooks, they allow you to send data to make over a HTTP request. So let's assume you have a form on your website. Let me show you an example. So I have this send a message here on my website, right? If somebody sends a message, I can use a webhook to ask make.com. I tell make.com to respond to the person, maybe based on the question that the person is asking me. right? So make.com sends back this response to that person directly, immediately. So I'll be using a webhook to do exactly that. Now, below webhooks is templates. Templates is where where you find a gallery of pre-built automations. So for example, this this one is Google Sheets. It enhances content creation process by integrating ChatGPT with Google Sheets. So you can start with templates. Usually, it's recommended you look at different templates, understand what they are for. When you think even about an idea you want, just check for it. You might have a template. It's where you can start from, and then you can walk through it. It's just step by step, and then once you gain confidence, you can now start creating your own workflow. So here, Google Sheets, maybe put an idea or a topic on Google Sheets. ChatGPT now enhances it because ChatGPT it can, if you depending on the instruction that you have given to it, it can create a fulsome content, okay, based on a topic, and then passes it to that Google Sheet, another Google Sheet for you to review before you now post it. Okay, this one is add webhook data to a Google Sheet. So let's say somebody gets to our website, sends me a message on our website, and I have used a webhook. I said, with this information, that is, once the webhook receives that data or information, it passes it to the Google Sheet and perhaps alerts me, and then I'll be able to go and respond to the person. Usually you can use this when you're collecting data. Let's say I don't have a database, but I want people who submit their information, like email address, phone number, and of course their full name. It's just that information is on a spreadsheet, so it's easier for me to utilize that information. So they have lots and lots of templates here that you can check out before you proceed. Please let me know if you have seen where you can find these templates. There are many templates here. Okay, so you can also
So I'm seeing template from my end, but what, what I'm saying is just think about 12. Oh, no, about 6. About
okay. Can you scroll down?
yes, I've done that. I've
You've
seen
done
just
that. I
6
see.
groups.
I can can others confirm that they can only see 6 or thereabout? Like, can you confirm how many templates you find? I don't know. I didn't do anything differently. I'm also not a pro subscriber. I'm just using the free plan. Are you only able to see like 6 templates?
Here is a screenshot of what I have.
See more than 6.
I see more than okay. Just refresh. Adiolo, just refresh and see if you only see 6. If you
Oh,
see more than
all
6,
right.
yeah, just refresh. Okay. Okay, so something like this template, Google Forms. So when people complete Google Forms, it sends the information with the information that they have, submitted on the Google form. It will automatically send an email message to that specified email address. Okay, so think about it this way. You are looking for a way when people send you like or complete a form, you're able to send like immediately you receive an email. How does that happen? You can use make.com to achieve that as well. So anything automation will really work with this. Anything automation. So explore the templates. You can read what that template is for here. So this template can be used for Unit 5 of a course, transforming data using functions in Make.com Academy. So that's what this one is for. Can read what it is, save yourself time from tedious copy, cut, and paste by automatically creating Google Calendar events from Microsoft To Do task. So you have a task to do. Usually I use Microsoft as well. So if you have a task to do, they think what you need to do is to create that task. But if I want to use this, once I create the task, it schedules on my Google Calendar. And that means it reminds me that time. Usually when you use Microsoft To Do task, it doesn't remind you. I don't remember. It doesn't remind you. I think it just shows there. So you must be checking it. You must know that, oh, I need to go back to this my to do. But I don't think it reminds you. So this is something anybody can, use to make sure that they stay on top of their task. Okay, so the list goes on and on. Okay, below templates, you'll find data stores. Data stores is it's a built-in database. So a database is where you can store your data. Let's say you have your clients, you have your patients, you need to store information that you have on them. You can use these data stores to add your data. So like click on this to add your data. Maybe you have a place it is, you can name your data, create a data structure. I haven't used this myself, but I'm pretty sure it's not that difficult. And of course, you have Make.com also have like an academy where you can learn a little bit more, learn more using data stores. So you can click here to learn more as well. But this is what it means. Okay. So this is your API key. So API key is what connects um, another website. Let's call it another website or another app to another app. So you use an API key. So we'll also be using an API key here. So like ChatGPT API key. And on this, I know most of us have heard about API keys a lot. So once you need to connect one app to another, you may need an API key. Okay. So if you want to add Make.com to your mobile apps, you can also do that here. You can add it, click add device, you can add it to any device, your device name, or you can download it as an app, just like Dr. Linda was asking me. So you can add it. Okay, data structures is a document that describes the format of a data being transferred to Make. So data has different formats, right? So it can be in Excel sheets, right? It can be in CSV file, it can be in PDF format, it can be in different formats. So how will Make understand which format? That's using this kind of structures. Okay, this is a little bit more complex, but as you go on and you think that this is absolutely what you want to do, then yes, go ahead and utilize this platform. Custom apps. Okay, custom apps is when you want to like create an app on Make.com, you can add custom apps to it. Okay. Now let's go to scenarios. This is where we'll be creating a lot of things on Make.com. So this is because I have a lot of apps that I've created in the past. You will see a lot of scenarios here or workflows here, but in yours you may not find all of these things. It might be empty. Okay. So to create a scenario, you'll click on Create Scenario. Okay. So if you remember when we talked about N8N, we talked about trigger. So usually the first module is the one that triggers or that kicks off a workflow. That is what we call a trigger. The first event that happens, what would happen for the app to run is what we call a trigger. Okay, so let's assume that I want to create a trigger using a Google Sheet. So my Google Sheets something has to happen in my Google Sheet. So for the instance we are creating, I want my app to perhaps, sorry, let me go here. Watch new rows. I don't want you to watch new rows. It was selected in error. Remove this from my way and X out. So I want to delete this model because that's not what I wanted to select. Okay, so let's add another model. Sorry. Okay, I'm just going to, so my trigger is Google Sheet. So in Google Sheet, I could say I want my trigger is when I add a new row, or when a row is updated, or but add a new row. So that could be no. It could also be update a cell, it could get a cell, it could clear a cell, it could be add a spreadsheet and all of that. There are many things that it could do. So let me go back to this. I think I have to delete the whole module. So integration. Okay. Okay, I'm gonna create another scenario. So I want to show you how this works really well before I now click into another scenario. Okay, let's go to Google Sheets. Okay, so for the trigger, it could be for it to search rows. So returns results matching a given criteria, list the sheets, add a sheet. It could be that it can add a row. Once you add a row, it can be that it is watching changes, triggers when a cell is updated. Okay, it could be when you update a specific cell. It could be when you get a specific cell. It could be that you've asked it to clear a cell. So different, different triggers here. Okay, so let me go back and show you other triggers as well. So it could be that another trigger here is Google Forms. I typed Google, so that's why it's bringing Google Forms. So it could be a Google form. Maybe when somebody submits an information on a Google form, it triggers it. Let me remove Google so that I can see other things. So OpenAI, ATPP. So usually when you can't find something on Make. You can't find the app or the connection on Make. You can use what we call ATPP request, which is this ATPP. Okay. You now have Flow Control, Facebook pages, LinkedIn. These are all applications that are connected to Make.com. There are hundreds of them here. Apify, phone number, ClickUp, Dropbox, Go High Level, my SQL. Fill out forms. I like to use fill out forms because it's very aesthetically beautiful, right? Uh, Microsoft Teams, Math, Todoist. So it has lots and lots of applications that anybody can use. And if you don't find what you need, you might look at the ATPP request so as to collect information. So a whole lot of apps right here for anybody to use. So before you use the ATPP request, you might want to explore all the apps that are here to see if any of them would match what you want to do with it. Okay. So I want to go back here. Please let me know if you have any questions at this point before I explain what the scenario is, what the model is, and all of that. Any questions? Um, any questions? No questions? Okay. Okay, if no questions, then I'll move along. So let's this whole workflow is what we call a scenario. All of this is what we call a scenario. Now, my trigger is a Google Sheet. So once this Google Sheet is a role is updated on it, it triggers the workflow. Now, each of these task is called a module. So this is a module, this is a module, this is a module, this is a module, this is a module. Now, inside each of these are like connections because you need to connect them to the app that they would use. So you can see connections. So for this Google Sheet to work, I must be able to link it to my Google account. So how do I link it to my Google account? I have to add my Google account here. So I sign into my Google account. I think I've already signed in. So I also have this spreadsheet. This is a Google Sheet. So where is this Google Sheet? Is it in my drive? Where is it? Is it like in my Google information? Like where is it? So it's in my drive. So I have it in my drive. What is the spreadsheet ID called? I have the spreadsheet ID. That is, so I will show you the spreadsheet ID is usually something you can either put the ID or you can put the name. It should be able to find it. So let me show you what I mean by spreadsheet ID. Okay. So you can see this is my spreadsheet ID. This is the name. This is the ID here. The ID is the one that is after the D. So anything from here, this one to this is what an ID, because there might be a lot of forms in my drive, but I need to tell Make which particular form I'm using, which particular spreadsheet I'm using. If I don't tell Make the particular spreadsheet I'm using, there's no way it's going to identify that, right? So that's why every form, every spreadsheet, it has a unique ID, and this is you'll find your ID here. Okay. Okay. Now, what sheet am I working on? Well, because there might be a lot of sheets. So I'm working on sheet 1. So I have to select sheets. So it might bring up a lot of other sheets as well that is in here. So, but I'm only working with sheet 1. So I keep it as sheet 1. So does it have headers? Let's go over and see whether it has headers. Yes, it does have headers. I have content ID, I have Facebook content, I have LinkedIn content. So I do have headers. And this is me just walking you through this. Tomorrow we're going to be creating it. Yes, it also has sheet 2, but I'm not working with sheet 2. I'm working with sheet 1. That's why I selected sheet 1. Okay. And you have table headers. Okay, column range. Once you select, can select any like column range. So I want you to filter to column D. Column D is my control column. So usually when you're creating your workflows, you want to make sure that there is a human in the loop. So you want to make sure that you are able to review whatever the AI is generating before it posts out. Can you imagine that you post out something and then it's just out there, and then you have to go and delete it if it's not good. You want to be able to review it. That's why you have to make sure that you have a control column where you can review that information, that we have already prepared this to have that kind of the control column. Okay, so for this scenario, I want it to, I hope I'm even working with I'm no longer working with my script, but that's fine. We can still go over it. So for this scenario, I want it to be able to generate content. So this, once I give it a topic, it generates content, right? And so I have a generate content here. I've added my OpenAI key here. Okay. Email classification assistant. No, that's not my OpenAI connection. Okay. We are professional. So I've added my OpenAI connection. I think this is added already. Okay. Okay, maybe not. It's asking me for an API key. I'll give it an API key by tomorrow, but this is just for me to explain to you, to you guys. But tomorrow I will have the API key and I'll be able to put it in and everything. So select the method. The method is a chat completion, because what I want it to do is for it to complete the chat. Remember, I'm just giving it the topic, but I want it to enhance that topic. Once it enhances that topic, it now gives me a well thought out information for my Facebook. I don't have to create that content. I just have an idea. I give it the idea and it now creates the content for me. Now, I also want to give it the model it should work with. So it's very important. I think during our first class, we talked about the different models that you can use and what they are for. So I'll probably use and how the costs and the how good the models are for the different tasks. So this one I've selected 4.1 or GPT 4.1 Nano for this to help me with this content generation. So you also have to add your system prompt. Okay, before you add your system prompt, you want to add your role. Okay, now add your system prompt. What's my system prompt? You're a professional social media content creator who specializes in creating platform optimized posts for Facebook, Instagram, and LinkedIn. I did this initially for Instagram also, but I'm not sure why the Instagram didn't work. So I just left it. So we're now doing for only Facebook and LinkedIn. I could say also viral posts because I want my post to go viral. So it creates, especially in creating viral, optimized viral posts for Facebook and LinkedIn. I will provide you with an idea or topic, and you should create unique platform specified. Why is it platform? Because the information on Facebook and the information on LinkedIn are most times different, right? They're not like the same. The formatting, the wordings will sound a little bit more professional in LinkedIn and a little bit more conversational in Facebook, right? Or let me say a little bit informal in Facebook. When you're writing for Facebook, it's a little bit informal, but on LinkedIn is a little bit professional. So, uh, so you want to tell your AI, that's how I want you to write it. Okay. So platform specific requirements. How is Facebook going to be conversational and engaging, encouraging discussion and shares, include 1 to 2 relevant emojis, maximum of 150 words. Instagram is casual, vibrant, and visually descriptive, heavy but appropriate emoji usage, include 3 to 5 relevant hashtags, maximum of 100 words, and all of that. So just these prompts will also be given to you, and you can feel free to tweak it. And I have it as Facebook and LinkedIn, then with the guidelines as well. Each platform's content should be unique, so it shouldn't be the same, not just reformatted versions of same text. It should maintain the brand's voice while adapting to each platform style. Include appropriate call to actions because I want it to be engaging. I want people to say something about it. Okay, for each platform, and ensure all contents are engaging and let me see, are engaging and shareable. Keep text length within the platform optimal limit. I don't want it to write such a long text, and at the end of it, people are not able to read it because it's too long. Like most times when something is too long, I just skim through, scroll past it, right? I don't want that. So main idea is to transform it into posts. So I now put what the main idea is. So it's gonna be generating this content. So usually you drag the content idea, and put it right here. That's what I have just done. Okay. Yes, because I changed this, you can see it has changed. It doesn't have my API key, of which I'm going to like work on. So I want this Google Sheets. I must connect it to my Gmail. What method? Search by path. So spreadsheets, I have this. It's also in my drive. Sheet 1, row number. It should contain the results. So I'm passing this. It should contain the results. Let me go back again. Yeah, it should contain the results for Facebook posts and LinkedIn posts. So what this does, this router routes first. I want it to first of all generate the contents. So this spreadsheet is what it generates the content. Let me show you how it generates that content. So I will go. It generated all of this content. So it will generate this content. I will be able to look at these contents, right? And say, oh, these contents are good enough for me. I said 2 or 3 emojis, like it generated some emojis for me. So this is just very simple idea. Very, very simple idea. Let's see. Okay. Content idea. Refresh this. It's just hanging. Okay, there we go. Okay. It must have deleted what was here. I don't remember what was here, but it must have deleted. Okay, birds in cages. I think that was what was here. It's just for testing, but anybody can use any topic that you want on it, and it generated these 2 contents for LinkedIn, and I have the control column, which is this. So I have to toggle the control column. So it will usually, when it posts, it's going to ask you ready for review. So it's ready for review means that my content is ready and I can review it. So that's the instruction here. Let me look at it again. I'll show you. Let's see. Yes, okay. Generate a review. Was it? I'll go back to my. Okay. It should be ready for review, not generate. Let me fix that quickly. Ready for review. Okay. So I've saved the scenario. Okay, so after generating the content, the next thing I want you to do is to create a post on this. If I'm very satisfied with the content it's going to post for me, I will just create that post, right? So this flow now creates the post. After I have reviewed it, it now posts it on Facebook and on LinkedIn as well. So you must add your Facebook link, Facebook information, and Facebook content is what is here. Usually information is being passed from here. So once you click here, you have all these data flows. So you just drag whatever it's needed from here to where the content should be. Okay. And then you save it. Same thing for your LinkedIn. So I think your Facebook has to be a Facebook page. It's not a Facebook profile. I don't know, like Facebook page, like it has to be your business page. I think that's what it is. But your LinkedIn can be your personal LinkedIn page. So what I want is LinkedIn content, and how you can add this is by once you click here, you will also see your LinkedIn content. So every data flows from one sheet to another. So, and you can just drag it and drop it, especially when it's dynamic. If the data changes, it's dynamic, right? So basically just dragging and dropping it will make it to be dynamic. So no matter whatever you put, the topic you have included on the spreadsheet, once it's a LinkedIn content that has been generated, it's going to flow to that spreadsheet. So connect it to your LinkedIn profile. I think basically that's visibility to anyone. You can also toggle this visibility to just yourself, connection only, and that is like your LinkedIn connections only, or you can toggle it to anyone. That means you are posting it publicly, then you save it. And then this Google Sheet is update a row for and to inform you that the posting has been done. Okay, so you don't need to think about, with this posting, did it work or did it not work? So what it's going to do is on that spreadsheet that you have, it's now, moves it to posting done, and that's it. The posting has been done. That means it was successful. If it wasn't successful, it will also tell you that it wasn't successful. That is, it wasn't successful on it. Go back here. Okay, so now let's look at some other tools to the toolbar. I'll call this a toolbar. So here you have run once. Run once. Now my flow isn't going to work because I haven't connected to OpenAI. We're going to do all of this tomorrow. So run once is when you just want to run this and it's manually done. This is run once. You can also set it to run every 15 minutes. You can click here and select how you want to run it. Okay. So if I toggle this, it means that this model is going to run every 15 minutes. I'm going to save it. I'm not going to run it. This is for you to save whenever you want to save. This is also always recommended that once you update a model or add a model, you run it to know whether the flow was successful or not, and then you save it as well. If you want things to align very well, auto align, you can use this. If you want an explanation of every flow, you can use this. Okay, you can see. Scenario inputs and outputs, you can, use this to understand your scenario inputs and outputs. Now, scenario settings, this is where you can, set your scenarios. What do you want? What exactly do you want? Do you want the data to be confidential? Do you want this? Okay, if this option is, if the execution is not complete, how do you want that scenario to run? So do you want it to execute sequentially or not? So you can toggle it to know if you don't want it to run sequentially. So because I have a router here, it's not going to run sequentially, right? So I have it toggled as no. If you want your data to be confidential, can put yes, data is confidential, or no, you don't want it to be confidential. It doesn't really matter. It doesn't really matter for me if the data is confidential, so I've toggled it to no. Allow storing of incomplete executions, no. Enable data loss, no. Auto commits. So anything you do, it's automatically saved. You use auto commits. Commits trigger last. Yes, maximum number of cycles you want it to run, 1. If you want it to run 5 times, like a loop, 3 times, 4 times, you include the number of cycles you want it to run. But I want it to run only once. And this is manually done. You have to run it from here. Otherwise, you can set it to run every 15 minutes. Like all those people that post 5 times, 10 times, it can be automated. You want it to post 5 to 10 times, right? If you want to add notes to it, this is where you add your notes. You want to refresh or find previous versions, this is where you toggle it. This is your flow control. This is for tools. If you want to add tools, triggers, get variables, and all of that. Set your variables. You want it to sleep. Maybe you want, let's say you're creating a video and you know that video is going to take maybe 5 to 10 minutes before it generates a video. You don't want it to generate a video immediately. So you may want it to, wait. And some other information here that are a little bit complex. Numeric aggregator applies the aggregate function to selected row depending on the rows that you select. It might just lump it up together. A table aggregator, so aggregate selected values into a table. So text aggregator aggregates multiple strings or multiple text into one particular text, forming like a sentence. Okay, transformers, this composes a string, composes a text. A string is like a text. Okay, convert encoding of a text. So convert text from one code page to another. And then you have switches the outputs based on the input. So for every workflow, there is an input, there is a processing, and there is an output, right? With any AI that we are talking about, there must be inputs, process, and output. So think about it in this slide as well. Okay. So we talked about text parser. We talked about how data can be passed. So this is a text parser. How do you want it to be passed? HTML. Get context from an HTML table. HTML table is, how do I explain it now? It's maybe like a table from a website. Get elements from HTML to text, convert an HTML file to a text, and match the elements, match patterns, match pattern advanced. So find strings. Strings are like text elements matching a mappable pattern. Yeah. Okay, so you can also add apps here. You can use this to add apps. You can collapse it this way and expand it this way. So you can, if you want more space or more room for yourself, you can expand the toolbar or you can collapse it. Okay. I think this should be the help. Okay, yes, help center, contact support. So if you have any questions or anything, you can come over here and ask some questions. Most of these platforms, they do have very good support. They'll be able to respond to your messages and all of that. Okay, you can also share your templates, your scenarios with anybody that you want. So I want to share public scenario page. I want to share it here. I don't want to share it. I'm just saying. Okay. You can import a blueprint. So let's say you have those templates that you have seen and you want to use any of the templates. What do? You import the template here and it just comes here. All you need to do is to connect it. Now you can also export these templates or call it a blueprint and another person can use it. You can copy the blueprint to keyboard as well or copy let's say I want to share it on WhatsApp. I can just copy this link and I'll share it on our WhatsApp group and anybody who clicks on it will be able to open it. Okay, I think we have been able to navigate this platform. So ask me questions on this platform. I did prepare a lot of notes on this. I didn't use them, but I think just navigating through this might be helpful. So questions before I will now, see if there is anything that we have missed while navigating this and that is still on my on my um on my course material before we proceed. Ask me questions. Are you thinking of automating anything? Do you think this will be helpful for you? Do you want to play around with it? Tell me, are you going to be trying it out? Somebody said the link is not working. Unfortunately, oh, 1:30. It's been a long time. I didn't see it because I wasn't. Let's invite. How do I copy this? I think I'll be able to copy group here. Hi, any questions for me? Or do I proceed? Give me a thumbs up. Give me a thumbs up if you don't have any questions.
I actually have a question, but I'm very confused with
Okay.
the whole setup because I want to actually do automation in
Okay.
terms of the practice. But
Mhm.
the whole thing now, this is my first time of seeing all this, so I'm very, very confused.
Confused. Okay.
Because as you were doing yours, I was actually doing mine. But somewhere, I just lost it.
Yes. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Tomorrow, no problems at all. Tomorrow, we're going to be doing hands-on. Okay. So this is just us just learning the platform. Okay. So we'll be able to connect all these pieces together. Okay.
Okay.
And you also get the Google Sheets as well, formatted for you. Okay. So you don't have to, you don't have to bother doing this right now. Everything will be given to you. Even the step-by-step guide will also be given to you. That is um, the process. Assuming you are not able to follow along, we'll give you the step-by-step process so that you can walk through it, connect to your Gmail account, connect to ChatGPT, connect to your Facebook, and they are all very seamless. Okay. Yeah, automation is the way to go. Automation is the way to
Yeah.
go.
Mm-hmm.
Any other person with any questions? Any other person with any questions? Okay, so I don't know if I missed anything. So essential terminology scenario, we now know what the scenario is: a complete automation workflow that is, visually that workflow visualized as connected series of steps. A module is individual building blocks within a scenario. So like the Google Sheets, the ChatGPT, Facebook, and all of those apps, they are all like module because they have to perform a particular task, right? The trigger module is the first module that initiates the scenario. It watches a specific event. Event is like something must happen, maybe like a new email or maybe a form submission, and then kicks off that automation. A trigger is something that kicks off an automation. The action model is something that executes the task. So action model, think of it like um, think of it like this Facebook, this ChatGPT, there is something that they are doing, update a row. This Google Sheet here, this is a trigger. The first one is a trigger, but every other thing here is performing a particular task. This is creating a post. This is creating a user text post. This is updating a row. So there is something that each of these things are there. So these are all action nodes, and this one is a trigger. Apps and connections, we've already talked about it. So there are different apps that you can integrate with Make.com. For example, your Slack, your Google Sheets, your Gmail. You may need to authenticate all these apps, or you must authenticate all these apps with Make.com for them to work. So connecting Make.com to all of the apps. Now, operations is what it counts is when you execute an action. So let me explain. So I did tell you that Make gives us 1,000 credits. So it can be 1,000 operations. So when you run this Google Sheets, or when somebody submits something via this Google Sheets, maybe like the idea, and you run it once, that is one operation. If you run all this workflow, so it might be consuming maybe 9 operations or 10 operations, depending on how that flow is going to run. Okay, so that's what an operation is. So it says it counts against your monthly plan limit. So I did mention to you, it gives Make has given to us 1,000 every month, and if you are doing complex workflows, it might consume more credits or more operations. Okay, so the canvas is when it's everything here. That's your canvas. That's where you need to work on. So this whole place is called a canvas. This place is called a canvas, and this workflow here is called a scenario. So a little bit different. Okay, so configuration panel, if you saw the configuration panel where you have to do your connections and all of that. So those are your configuration panels where you have to map the data, you have to define the precise behavior of what is going to happen. That's your configuration panel. Okay, you have the toolbar. We've talked about the toolbar, the wrong ones. For testing, you have the scheduling, setting for automation, save functionality, navigation toolbars, and other complex scenarios on that toolbar. We did talk about that. App library and search, we also were able to look at that as well. So understanding the data flow, you have a trigger, you have the data bubble where you have to map all the connections and all that. You have the action input as well, selected data that populates destination fields in the action modules. So let me explain this a little bit more. So when we talked about this, right, we try to configure this. Once you click into this, you have a whole lot of information that is populated here. and just follow what is here because that's what is already flowing in the data use. This one says row number. Row number, select, find row number here. This is row number. And once you select it, that is what is here. Row number. You select it and then you drag it and you drop it. You are going to be getting all these sheets by yourself. So don't worry about it. So once you click here, it populates it. Okay, so I'm going to delete this one. Okay. Okay, we've talked about the wrong ones. Okay, so tomorrow we'll look at all this other information, the data type errors, configuration settings, execution, how do you maintain your workflow and all of that. Template library, we were able to look at the different templates, and yeah, we looked at the different templates and how to use them. We might also be able to tomorrow maybe upload some templates and see how we can upload the templates. We might also be able to share templates so that you can see how that works. But it's very easy, just like you see in we saw in n8n. Okay. So usually you would start with the templates. Start with simple, very simple scenarios, 2 or 3 things, and then you graduate to more complex workflows. But usually start simple. Okay, start simple, test rigorously, always test your workflow. Any model you add, you test your workflow, build incrementally, add one model at a time. You test after each addition, explore the templates that are already pre-built for you. Scale gradually. As you do it, gradually you gain confidence. And you're able to build more complex workflows. Join the community. Make.com does have a community where you can ask questions if you run into any issues. So, okay. What is new? Enterprise. Okay, these are resources, success stories, blogs, how to guides, Make Academy, Make Communities here, Help Center, webinars. So this is where you find the community. This is where you find Make Academy. I will not encourage you to start by going through the academy. I will encourage you to start by building workflows, which you are going to do. We'll build one tomorrow, and then if you want to also build more, just start with the template. If you find any good template, utilize it. Otherwise, start building gradually. Learn. If you go through the academy, it's a whole lot of courses, endless courses, and of course, you're learning and you're acting. But I believe when you action it and then you run into troubles, you may want to go back and look for your answers. I think it's easier for you to do that that way than just learning, because the models are there are a lot of models here to learn. Okay, I'm just saying totally lost. I'm just choosing anything I want. Okay, so I'm gonna click out here. Okay, so start a course. So a lot on this, like there's a lot of courses here. When I went through this, there were a lot of courses. Yeah, there were a lot of courses. So professional, experienced, new to make. So different courses. Yeah. So I will encourage you to start just by walking through it. These 3.5 hours and all of that for just the basics. Then you go to intermediate. I'm not sure how many hours it is, but it's quite a bit of learning. So just start with whatever you want to build. And then if you run into issues, you may want to go to the community to ask questions. If you think you need more foundational knowledge, you now may want to you may now want to, maybe go through the courses, but I won't subscribe. You start from here. Okay. All right. Okay. Thank you, everyone, for listening. We would connect tomorrow, same time. Let me stop sharing. And I did post in the chats as well. I'll be happy to have you, connect with me personally. Let's know what workflows that you would like to build. Let's know how we can assist you to get ahead with AI, how you can infuse AI in your workflows. I really want to help you. So connect with me. I don't know if anyone has the time right now. I've just shared the websites, the link to book, schedule a time, 30 minutes with me, and let's connect. Let's connect. I may reach out to everyone next week to ask you how you are getting on, how I can support you better, if that's okay. Hi, Lara.
Yeah, that sounds very good.
Okay.
Because we've missed so many classes already anyway, so I'll be needing some help.
Okay.
So
I'm
that'll
happy
be
to
really
connect.
nice. Thank you.
Okay, I'm happy to
Yeah.
connect with you. So, tell me, what's your availability like? Stop recording this.
Well, I mean, whenever you are ready, I mean, I can make myself available. Yeah, just let me know your timing. Let me know when you're free, and then